I'm Kyteria.
And I'm Annjerald.
And today, I realized that we're going to be talking about diabetes today.
That's right. I understand that a lot of people in our community have diabetes.
Yes, and you know, diabetes can be very devastating in a person's life.
You're absolutely right. Very devastating. And that's why, as healthcare providers, we are charged with helping to motivate, encourage, and engage you into taking care of this along with your healthcare provider. And diabetes can be managed with your help.
Diabetes management, here we come.
Your body has trillions of cells that need energy.
Trillions of cells? Oh, you got to tell me more.
That's right, trillions of cells. But let's talk about it and keep it real. When you eat breakfast or lunch and dinner, you're eating your food. And your body takes that food and it breaks it down to sugar, or the other word is glucose, and it uses it for energy. Inside your body, there's an organ called the pancreas, and it secretes a hormone called insulin. Insulin is very instrumental in getting your body the sugar that it needs for energy.
Yeah, you know, I remember taking biology in college. Oh, those college days were good. But anyway, it was a process that we talked about called facilitating infusion. And that process actually dealt with the pancreas secreting the insulin and connecting with the glucose. Once it connected with the glucose, it opened a door for the glucose to get into the cells. But if the facilitating infusion did not do that, that means that the blood kept all that extra glucose, and that made the glucose level get higher.
That's right. Having too much sugar floating around in your bloodstream, it's not good. It can hurt your eyes, your kidneys, your heart, your blood vessels, your brain,
Oh no!
and even your nervous system.
Whew, that's a lot to think about. That don't sound good at all. I tell you what, maybe we should tell people the signs and symptoms of diabetes, what they need to look for.
Come a little closer, and I'm going to tell you those signs and symptoms. If you're peeing like a horse, eating like a horse, or drinking like a horse, guess what?
There ain't no horse.
No, you're not a horse, but your blood sugar levels are just probably too high. A lot of times what happens, people will lose weight. They may see a change in their dress size or pant size, and they know they're not trying to lose weight. Those are the things you have to look for. If you're tired more than usual, if your skin is itching, and you can even have changes in your vision. These are signs and symptoms that you really need to come and talk to us as a healthcare provider, and we can help you work through these things.
Wow. You know, a person with diabetes have a lot going on. I couldn't even imagine not being able to see. Just losing this world. It's just like you lose the world. And I drink water all the time. I mean, lots of water. And I go to the bathroom regular. But to think that that could be a sign that I have diabetes.
Yeah, and you're right. I'm glad you mentioned it. But you're intentionally trying to drink more water, and that's the good thing. But if you're extra thirsty, and you're drinking more, that's the signs and symptoms that we're talking about. Because remember, the body is wonderfully made, and it'll give you signs and symptoms, like we said earlier. If you're peeing like a horse, eating like a horse, and drinking like a horse,
You're not a horse.
you're not a horse, but you definitely need to talk to your healthcare provider, because that's letting you know that something is going on.
Is there anything special, I mean really special, that we can tell them to do?
Okay, special, I wouldn't call it special at all. just come on in to see your healthcare provider, and we're going to walk you through it. And some of the things that we think about as we check blood sugars and make sure everything is going okay, we want to changes in your diet and exercise. And I understand that there are experts out there that kind of talk to you about diet and exercise. Sometimes we have to give medications, pills that you take by mouth, and sometimes we do have to do injectables. But let's start off with the simple things that most people can do, and that's
Greta.
Yeah.
Diet.
Yes.
We're gonna go to Chicago.
Let's go to Chicago.
Let's go to Chicago.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Greta.
Hi, ladies from Focusing on Me, Alabama. How are you doing? Thank you for inviting me for the segment on diabetes and self-management. So what does nutrition has to do with diabetes? When a person has diabetes, the body has the inability to metabolize, which means break down carbohydrates, fats, and proteins in order to use them for fuel and energy that your body needs. So what is considered a carbohydrate? Carbohydrate is a sugar, a starch, or a fiber. Most of the time, carbohydrates can instantaneously increase your blood glucose levels. That is why you want to do carb counting as a method to kind of make sure you balance your blood glucose level. So examples of food. So what are carbs? Fruits, vegetables, grains, such as breads, cereals, rice, pasta, dried beans, and also cooked beans and canned beans are also considered carbohydrates. Dairy is also considered a carbohydrate, such as milk, yogurt, or ice cream, and sugar, such as your sweeteners, are considered a carbohydrate. So carbs, also, sometimes carbs have a bad rap, right? That's why a lot of people say, I'm not eating carbs, or I'm going to go on a low carb diet. But carbs also have a positive aspect to them. Carbs also considered, as we said, is a starch. And sometimes you need that starch and that fiber, which is an insoluble fiber, which helps with digestion and gastric emptying. An example of that are your grains and your beans. So when I say you want to do carbohydrate counting, what I mean is that the American Diabetes Association recommendation is that you have 45 grams of carbs per each meal, so breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and 15 grams of carbs per each snack, so you're having 2 snacks a day. So you ask, how can I make sure that I have portions sizes when I'm doing my meal planning? There are a lot of web-based apps and a lot of web-based information and resources that can help you with meal planning and meal prepping and portion size. And one of the most common ones are myplate.gov, which also discuss where you have your fruits. You have a 9-inch plate, and that's what you eat off. You have a section where you have a section off your fruits, your vegetables, your grains, and your meat, and then you have dairy on the side. So we're talking about portion control. So let's see. The palm of your hand. So when I say the palm of your hand, I mean the palm of your hand here. That counts for 3 ounces of cooked and boneless meat. So the palm of your hand. Thumb. So this is your thumb from here to here, right? That is considered 1 tablespoon or 1 serving of a regular size of dressing, reduced mayonnaise, reduced margarine. The thumb tip, the nail, okay, that's here. That is considered 1 teaspoon or 1 serving. And then we talk about the fist, okay? The fist is considered 1 cup or 30 grams of carbohydrates. An example for that would be ice cream or cooked cereal. So those are your good hand portion sizes that you can use in order to realize how much you're eating. Okay, so we talked about carbohydrates. So let's talk quickly about fats. Fats don't instantly cause your blood glucose levels to rise, but the thing about fat is it decreases your gastric emptying. So you eat food and the fats are going to slow down the process of digestion and breaking down that food and converting that food into glucose. And that is the reason why you also want to monitor your fats. With fats, you have different types. You have saturated fats, which raise your LDL, which is your bad cholesterol, and your HDL, which is your good cholesterol. Examples of saturated fats are your red meat, your poultry, your whole milk, your cheese, your butter, and then you have your polysaturated fats. They decrease your LDL and decrease your HDL. So remember, your LDL is your bad cholesterol, and your HDL is your good cholesterol. So we want to be cautious and wary of things that are decreasing our good cholesterol because we need our good cholesterol to be increased and high. Examples of polysaturated fats are corn oil, soy oil, and cottonseed oil. And then we have our monosaturated fats. They're going to decrease your LDLs, but they're not going to bother your HDLs. Okay, examples of those are your olive oil, your nuts, your avocado. And when I'm talking about nuts, while I say something about nuts, nuts is a good snack because we talked about your meals and your snacks. Nuts are a good snack, heart healthy snack. Okay, and then now let's talk about proteins. Proteins are made up of amino acids, and they help build your muscles. They help with collagen, and we as ladies, we want to make sure we have that collagen as we age. And it also helps with wound healing. Protein does not instantaneously increase your blood glucose level as well, so it doesn't cause a glucose level spike instantaneously, but it will do it later on, a couple hours later. Okay. Examples are your meat, your poultry, your fish, your eggs, your milk, and your cheese. Okay. So we talked about your different types of fats, your carbs, and your proteins. So the American Diabetes Association recommend that you have 130 grams of carbs a day. And that's how you can break down that 45 grams of carbs per each meal and 15 grams of carbs per snack. So that is diabetes, connection between diabetes and nutrition. Now I have some food here for you. All right, let's see if we can see it. So here, oh sorry, my spinach fell. This is an example of my plate. So you have your grains, which is some brown rice. You have your fruit, which is a little strawberries. You have your vegetables, which is some spinach, and then you have your protein, which is some chicken sausage. Okay. When I talk about snacks, oh, and also with my plate, you have to have your dairy, and I drink almond milk. Your snacks, you can have nuts. Okay, that's an example of your nuts. Other snacks are good. I like red peppers, sweet peppers, which are good. I like strawberries. I also like blueberries. So be mindful of your fruits. Not too many because they have natural sugars. And I like carrots. Okay. Also throughout the day, I may like to have some herbal or green tea, which is also good. Delicious. For lunch, some meals that you could have is a nice salad. Okay, have a nice balanced salad here for you. And then since it's the fall season, it's a little bit colder now. They're selling a lot of squash. So I made this nice acorn squash for you. And it's stuffed with brown rice, black beans, peppers. So it's balanced with everything that you need. Okay. That is my session on diabetes and nutrition. Ladies, it was a pleasure to be on this show with you. Thank you. Back to you in Alabama. Bye.
Man, that was some good information.
Oh, wow.
I hope you guys enjoyed that on diet. So one of the other things that we think about is exercise.
Yeah.
I know a specialist.
You ready to get fit?
I'm ready to get fit. Are you ready to get fit?
Where does this specialist live?
Texas.
Texas?
Yes.
You know, they say some big things in Texas.
Come on, let's go to Texas.
But this specialist is probably the smallest thing in Texas. Hey, Lisa!
Hi, my name is Lisa Garza, and I'm part of the DMP project team. I'm coming in today from San Antonio, Texas. It's quite cold outside. It's 44 and raining. That's why I'm in here today exercising. Now, I'm here to encourage you, motivate, and engage you into becoming physically active. Now, what does that do to a person who has diabetes? Exercising has many positive effects on the diabetes process. What can that do? First of all, it helps those with diabetes help stay away from any long-term effects. What does that mean? Long-term effects, diabetes can have affect the heart, the cardiac system. You want to avoid that. Those with diabetes will have long-term complications. We don't want any long-term complications. Like I said, stated before, heart problems. Now, what we can do, exercising, it'll help lower your blood pressure, your blood sugar, and your A1C. Your healthcare provider will love if all those, the blood sugar, blood pressure, and A1C start decreasing and your numbers start going down. Now, another benefit of exercising will be to help also weight loss. Weight loss, everybody loves weight loss. All good benefits to exercising. It also helps strengthening your muscle and your bones. Now, I don't know about you, but as I'm getting older, I am feeling aches and pains in my muscle and bones. I've been exercising now for years. You don't have to do it, start off full force. It takes a while. This has taken me years to get to 4 miles a day. I choose the treadmill because here in Texas, it's either real hot or real cold. So in here, in the privacy of my own home, there is no excuse. I can just come to the other room, exercise, and I started off 5 to 10 minutes every day and worked my way up. And don't start any any exercise program without consulting your healthcare provider first, okay? And let them know what you're planning to do. Now, also, sometimes people can't, if you don't have access to a treadmill or to a gym, you can always do chair exercises. In my next segment, I will show you how to do chair exercises. You can do those easily. You just sit, you can even do it during, when you're watching TV. During a commercial, do some exercises. Every time there's a commercial, you can do exercises. This will also help strengthen your upper and your lower body. That's very important because your lower body helps keep you upright. So we want to continue exercising. This will help to, like I stated before, decrease your A1C, your blood pressure, and your blood sugar, and help you lose weight too. All these, your healthcare provider will love that. And I'll see you in my next segment. Thank you. Hi, I'm here back with the second part of the video on focusing on you, on chair exercising. Now, you can do this anytime in your own home. You can do it when you're watching TV. Every time there's a commercial, you can go ahead and start exercising. And it does help. It'll help loosen and strengthen your muscles and your bones. You can sit in a chair. You could put a pillow in the back. That'll help support your back. Also, you want to sit up straight. And always, before you start any exercise program, as mentioned in the previous video, check with your healthcare provider. Now, first you want to just start loosening up your muscles. Mine, I have lots of pain from computer work on my neck. So you want to go ahead and start with your neck. Sit up straight, and you're just going to go front, side, front, back. You try to touch your ear to your shoulder and back. And you can start feeling some of the loosening up some of the muscles and relaxing. Okay? The next one will be your shoulders. Now your shoulder area, you can roll them back and then forward until you can feel a lot of stress and start relaxing on the shoulder area. The next area will be your arms. Now when you're doing your arms, you can do little arm lifts. If you have little weights, that's good. But if you don't have weights, what you can use are cans of vegetables. That comes in handy. And you can do that repetitiously, 5 to 10, and that'll help your upper arms, strengthening your upper arms, okay? So the next area we want to concentrate on your legs. Now legs are very important because they help keep you upright. Now on your legs, first thing you want to do is put your feet flat on the floor. From there, I want you to point your toes down. You're going to lift your leg. And what you're doing is pointing the toes down and you're lifting the heel up. Now when you do that, you can feel when you put your heel up, bring them up, you can feel the strength here in your muscles. You can feel it tightening up. So you're strengthening not only your legs, but also the back of your legs too. So you can do 5 to 10 of those. Now, and if any of the exercises, if you have any pain, don't keep going, okay? You don't want to overdo it, overstress the muscle. And as stated before, always check with a healthcare provider before you start any exercise program. So this will help strengthen your legs. Okay, the next one you want to do is you want to lift your leg. You can lift it up and down. The other one, up and down. Up and down. And again, if you feel any pain in your area, in the joints or the bones, you can go ahead and stop. Or if you can't go all the way up, go as far as you can. You just don't want to cause yourself pain. Now the next thing you want to do, you can switch it up now. You can go ahead and when you bring this up, bring the opposite arm up and down. And up and down. So this way you're moving all your arm and your leg muscles. Okay? This will help with your arm and your leg, strengthening those muscles. And again, exercise program is very important with those with diabetes or just in general, exercise is good. Like I stated before, exercise will help decrease your blood sugar, your blood pressure, your A1C, and help lose weight. Your healthcare provider will be ecstatic because you're doing a good job. And we're here, we are your cheerleaders, and we're here to help you educate, motivate, encourage, and engage. Thank you.
Bye, Lisa.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Man, that was some great information.
Just awesome.
Yeah, so we learned about diet and we learned about exercise.
Oh,
and so what we need for you is to work closely with your healthcare provider. Don't forget, remember to check your blood sugars. Your healthcare provider can retrieve the information from this to know what your blood sugars have been running. The other thing is let's not forget about simple pen and paper. Write your blood sugars down. Make sure you take your notebook to the doctor's appointment with you. And new electronic technology. Don't forget, you can use your phone and record your blood sugars there as well. Yes.
Yes. But more importantly, I want you to focus on you. Let me show you how. I'm going to focus on me. Oh my goodness. What did I see? I saw a lot that I can do. I saw a lot that I needed to do. So will you. One of the things that you'll need to do with your diabetes is take your oral medications and make sure that you use reminders like pill planners or setting alerts on your telephone. If you're taking insulin, you can do the same thing by setting alerts on your phone to remind you to do those injections. Now, so remember what I said, because I like looking in the mirror. Focus on
Me.
me.
Focus
On
on you.
you.